say ye in the Indians Kofaba, Yasa Kofa for Eddie Abba, or my Ghana with the Sawapa, your summer would wapani and memodia, and ye. To me, in yin in the news and for no in Sincha the Birada. And today, I may catch us subscribe to your channel no. Also, all other relevant news are and can for politics one, any governance, any idea. Say for political parties, NPP, NDC, CPP, PDP, and all other political parties, no so. Osabeka won se mo ha ede na asesi bio a ama atumpan ana ama yenya asundwe e wo sete domasi yenkotie nsem bi emra pedefo ase ka kom jeje no kofo enum nti mentumi nkansam nso mfa nhye nkofo bia no yenkotie mra na ye ba ye de adwenche ba hwese wutie no no comment nso bi gu ase na bibia nso aye kama ne atuma nya bre akenkan e de ama before that nso no subscribe to your channel no on Sabeka all other relevant news yetie nsem mra sisi a na ye ba ye de the akabia nso atwa wo so na bibia nso aye wana yenti emergency ya
Former CJ Torkornu begs Mahama at last. Now, this woman called Gertrude Esaba Torkornu is coming all the way from Gomoa. Very beautiful woman. She worked so hard to be where she is. Unfortunately, according to many, she fell victim to political bias. My brother, my sister, many were those who felt that she was doing the bidding of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo at a point. As it stands right now, she is the most pathetic legal personality in the world. She stands the chance of losing all her entitlements. In fact, as it stands right now, all she has worked and labored for as a lawyer, at the same time, a legal person who has risen to the point of the Chief Justice of no other country but the gateway to Africa, Ghana. Oh my God, seriously dwindling into oblivion. She is fighting it tooth and nail. Her name is Gertrude Esaba Torkornu. My brother, my sister. Now, she has been pinpointed as somebody of interest when it comes to office malpractice and at the same time, in fact, misappropriation of funds. She was found guilty. 24 allegations slapped her in her cringing brows. 3 of them succeeded. My brother, my sister, she spent money flying around the world with her husband and also with her child and paying the nation's hard-earned money to them as per diem. Now, this is Gertrude Esaba Torkornu. She is the most pathetic legal person today in our country and beyond. When these issues slapped her, many people were of the opinion that she could have just at least apologized to the nation to say that, yes, there was a mistake here, there was a mistake there, but I do apologize, and I would like you to look at this matter again. But no, she flexed her legal muscles. She ran all the way to the ECOWAS court. She got some of the best lawyers to stand with her because she believed that she had a case. Even at the point when the case was dwindling, in fact, in substance, she continued to fight. There are some who believe that she could have been pardoned, and others felt that she didn't do anything wrong. But many Ghanaians do not want to see this woman, a majority of the Ghanaian populace, for a reason that is clear. She has been demonized by the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo government. Ghanaians were so tired of this government for 8 solid years. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his cohorts, in fact, swooped on the nation like hawks, in fact, and destroyed the economy of this nation. So anything that is associated with Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, in fact, is demonized. And this woman here was appointed in the regime of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. One Daniel Ofori was the one who started the whole petition. At the age of 15, Daniel Ofori already was a business boy, not a man yet. In fact, he opened up what today is known as Whitechapel. It's an apparel outfit. He made money with it. My brother, my sister, he's into so many other businesses. He is not a pauper. He has cash. He has substance. He wasn't happy about the CJ and decided to go to court and get the Supreme Court to bar or to stop Torkornu from listening his case. My God. And he cited her for bias, and the Supreme Court went ahead to uphold this. And Torkornu was set aside. That was the first case of bias against this woman here from the loins of Daniel Ofori, the owner and founder of Whitechapel. My brother, my sister, the same Daniel Ofori came back again after a couple of years, still talking about bias and also some other misgivings, corruption, and some other such issues, abuse of office. She transferred a certain guy, yes, one Francis Baden. Francis Baden, my brother, my sister, when she shouldn't have done it. There was a committee that was set up to look into the case of a worker in her outfit. He was the ITC deputy, the one in charge of ICT. I beg your pardon, ICT. My brother, my sister, Francis Baden was cited for some wrongdoing by the Chief Justice. A committee was formed that looked into it and said, you know what, there was some kind of wrongdoing, but we cannot just hold one person responsible. And for that matter, reinstate all the people and warn them. That was the decision of the committee that was set up by the Chief Justice herself to look into the case. We've talked about these already, so I don't want to sound like a broken record. I'm rushing it so you will get the full understanding of the issue. When the committee that was set up to look into the issue had finished with its work, probably paid as usual with the taxpayers' money, the Chief Justice decided to step aside the committee and transfer this guy called Francis Baden to the northern region. In fact, through Tamale, he went all the way to Wa, and he was in Wa there distributing court summons and all that. An IT specialist, somebody who was one of the best IT personnel. In fact, in the judiciary, he worked as the deputy. And Madam Torkornu herself said she had enjoyed working with this man in the past before she became the CJ, and he was very affable. All of a sudden, he had become a bad nut as to how and why. The guess is as good as mine. So these were the issues Madam Torkornu got hooked on. Office malpractice, corruption, oh my God, abuse of office. And the president, by the recommendation of the council, the board, to look into the CJ's issue, was kicked out of office. Right now we are hearing that the Chief Justice is using some two very important people. We know those people, but we are not going to speak about them. My brother, my sister, a high-profile case like this, you can surely come to a certain conclusion that anybody who is playing arbitration or the arbitrator must be of some level. It must be the Otumfuo, Duncan Williams, Pastor Mensa Otabil, and some other such people, my brother, my sister. Right now, the information is that the former CJ, Madam Torkornu, is running after the President of the Republic of Ghana, Mahama, and begging. What she's saying right now is that you have removed me, but please temper justice with mercy. I have worked so hard all these years to lose all my entitlements, go into retirement with absolutely nothing. It is unheard of. Now the message from the side of the president is that, but you should have said this earlier. You should have apologized for a certain kind of wrongdoing, but you flexed your legal muscles and fought it until every hope was lost. The whole Ghana has been announced to that this is the decision. How do you want the president to go back on this? Is it going to happen? Will the president do it? But what is the source of our information? Now, Abraham Amaliba is the founder of the NDC's legal team. The legal team, you can call them the legal elite or the legal council of the NDC, was founded by this guy here, Abraham Amaliba. And he is so close to the seat of power. In fact, the president even appointed him as a certain road something. Watch this. President Mahama has appointed Abraham Amaliba as the acting director general of the National Road Safety Authority. This is huge. Mahama gave him that. And this is what Amaliba is saying. In short, he says, my incontrovertible sources tell me that the former Chief Justice approached President Mahama through two eminent citizens to allow her to resign peacefully with all her entitlements, but suddenly made a U-turn and went to court over this matter. My brother. So initially, according to Amaliba, and what we also know, she initially wanted to step down peacefully so she could retire with all her entitlements. And if I tell you what is in her entitlement, you'll be shocked. Years of hard work. But her legal team decided to sidestep all this. They told her, you stand a good chance. No, don't resign. You can have two birds in your cage without even throwing a stone. You can have your job and at the same time have your entitlements. This country is a country of law. We shall fight it because we have the best legal brains. They talked to her and she got sweet-headed and decided that, yes, let's litigate. So whilst the president was waiting for her to come out and resign peacefully, she went to the ECOWAS court, went from one court to the other. Now that she has lost everything, she has run back to the president again. Said, Mr. President, what we had initially, can we have it? I want to have my entitlements. And it looks like the answer is very simple. You have fought it in court, you have lost it, and it is what it is. We cannot go back and re-establish your entitlements or reinstate your entitlements. You have been sacked. Once it is on record that you've been sacked, it is over. But in Amaliba's own words, listen to what he said. He spoke on TV3, our sister station. Watch this.
You have the whole church praying for you.
Healing through Jesus Christ and his restored gospel is happening for those affected.
That removal to the Chief Justice. But I'm hearing from the table here that we should have tampered Justice of Mercy because she had worked for 21 years. Who said that didn't happen? Who said? When it comes to the NDC legal team, I'm an integral part. My sources, incontrovertible sources, tell me that the CJ, former CJ, approached the president.
Really?
Through some two eminent Ghanaians in this country.
The Justice Torkornu?
Yes.
Approached the president?
Yes. Through two eminent Ghanaians in this country. I will not mention their names because I don't have the authority to mention their names. Yes. Now, I think maybe you also know.
Yeah.
Now, what was it about? To ask her to retire or resign peacefully and can take care all those things. Her
entitlements.
When the presidency prepared all the necessary documents, that was when she went to court, at the Human Rights Court, and jettisoned everything.
Well, it's clear, isn't it? So she had a cake, she ate it, and she still wanted to have it, according to what we are hearing. Are you going to be part of the group that says no tears for CJ Torkornu? Or the group that says, I stand with CJ Torkornu? She decided to fight it. She lost it. But latest information is that she's still not giving up. She's heading to court again. My brother, my sister, after working for over 21 years with a certain kind of labor, sweat, it's very difficult to look at your entitlements just fizzle into thin air. It's the worst nightmare of every legal person or every worker. It is